Rosar, and welcome to this week's episode of WGTV. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, we have Christmas coming in about 10 days, so I thought it would be fun to just answer some of the questions I get over this time of year. So I wanted to fill you in on your last minute party planning and give you some hints and tips of putting together great parties to take some of the stress away from you. The first thing I want to let you know is how many glasses of wine per bottle you can expect to get. So on an average, we have a bottle, whether it's got square shoulders or sloped shoulders like this, you're going to get between 5 and 6 glasses of wine, depending on how you pour. If you pour just sort of to a third within a glass, which would be the proper serving size, then you're going to get 5 to 6 glasses. If you're pouring all the way to the top, you're going to get maybe 3, 4. So it's up to you, and so you know how to plan for your budget, something to think about. The other thing I want to talk about is when you're putting together wines or a case of wine for the holiday season, it might be a good idea to, instead of having a whole mixed case of 12 different wine styles, to add a selection of sort of 3 or 4 different wine styles and get a few bottles of each of those. So that when you have company over and you finish one bottle, you can get another bottle of the same type of wine to add into the mix. So it doesn't look like you're sort of continually adding new bottles. You can do that as well, but sometimes when your company wants to feel like they've been invited, you've been expecting them, it's nice to have a couple of bottles around of the same wine style. So something to think about when you're shopping. I also want to talk a little bit about glassware, because people are always asking about glassware. And something I think that I'd like to bring up to you is just when you're planning a party, it's okay to just offer one style of glassware. If you're just having a sparkling champagne reception or get together, it's okay to give everybody a flute glass. People can put water in this, they could put soda or punch, whatever you'd like. You don't have to have a various selection of glassware. It makes it more difficult for you, it can be confusing for your guests, and just something to think about. The whole idea of the holidays is to enjoy the people that you're with, not to worry about all these extra things that are going on. So if you are, again, sort of pouring from a bottle of wine, you can expect about 5 glasses at a dinner per bottle, unless you're pouring really big samples, and then that's up to you. But if you have smaller samples like this, potentially, if you're doing tasting samples, you can get up to 20 samples of wine from one bottle. That's going to be about an ounce or a little over an ounce for each person. So somewhere between 20 and 5 glasses of wine is what you're going to get depending on your crowd. Remember, obviously, to be a responsible host, whether that means having taxi numbers available for your people coming over, or taxi chits, or maybe you're just turning it into a sleepover, in which case you're definitely going to want to have some sparkling wine on hand in the morning for brunch and some brunch things. But during the holidays, make sure you have a couple of extra corkscrews on hand, that you have an ice bucket or the snow outside like we talked about last week. Remember how many bottles. Work within your budget. We have so many great bottles of wine out there available for you to plan for parties that you can find wine at great values, great budgets. The people in the stores around you in your boutiques would love to help you find wine styles for you. But as long as you have a great red, a great white, and 1 sparkling wine in your house over this holiday season, you're going to be just fine. So for now, I'm going to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season. We'll do a real quick WGTV next week, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you all soon. Cheers, everybody.